that the baby that was aborted wasn't mine. You are immediately married within a lie already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So the marriage was never the same after that, was it?
No, it was. This is at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? This is right at the beginning. And so within that process,
she probably should have kept that to herself.
And well, I'm glad she didn't. And so within that process, with that being known, it was just like, yo, with even in being, the pregnancy, she almost died within the pregnancy. So that was a hard time too.
Right.
It was a lot. It was other times. She had gotten pregnant, other things, and it just got to a point.
She had gotten pregnant again?
Yeah.
While y'all were together?
Yeah.
And it wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, come on, Cal.
It wasn't me. It wasn't.
And you stuck around?
Yeah, I stuck around. But here's the thing. These were things that were being revealed.
She telling you this?
No.
How do you find this out? I want to know how you found this out. You read a letter. You got to it through the phone.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So how that one went? There was a thing where we weren't having sex anymore, and we weren't doing anything anymore. Because
you weren't having sex. Clearly, she was.
Yeah. It's just because of I knew what was going on.
Right.
And I was like, yo, what is even happening? You're not coming home. You're not doing all these different things.
And y'all married, she not coming home.
Yeah. But then this was, back then.
Yeah.
We praying for her now. It's all good.
Yeah.
But this is the process of what I was going through.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so now as this is going on, there was a time, get some more soda.
Now I need something stronger than soda, Cal. You telling me that right here.
Go ahead, brother.
I mean, you had one, you aborted that, but that wasn't yours. She told you didn't know you had one of your own, and she...
Yeah. Well, yeah. There was a situation where there was a guy, and I had a feeling, you know what I mean, that she was
Did you know him?
Talking to somebody. It was one of her friends that used to come over, right? And, I was working a lot, you know what I mean? So it was one of those situations. And so I was dropping off the kids, and, didn't go to work, and you know how I go. And so one day I decided where I was like, I'm going to take the car and just kind of like go searching where she might be, because she ain't come home. And so I got in the whip, went driving around, saw her whip, looked different, and I saw it, and I said at the hotel, I was like, yo, okay, there's a car at the hotel. I go to the lobby, you know what I mean, to go walk into the lobby. Turns out dude just come walking down the lobby about to go to the car, my car, and then she was driving, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? Take me upstairs. Let's go to the elevator, let's go together. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? We go up, we don't need to fight, let's go.
Yeah.
Because I already know what it is.
Right.
So we go up, of course she's surprised, within the room. And, we walk in, I walk in there and I'm just like, hey, okay, so this is what's going on. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? All right, and this is what you're doing? Okay, so, and I walk out, because I'm not about to fight over someone that...
she already made a decision.
Yeah, you made your decision. Yeah. We'd have been through it.
Did she come out and let me explain?
Yeah.
What did that explain? Offer without explanation.
It was explain. I'll go to the car. After I went to the car, then there was this... I was like, yo, I need to go back. And I went back because now I was like, well, I felt disrespected, so now I need to go do something. So then I'm going back up there. Cops came. Everybody came up at that point. And I remember this cop told me, he said, hey, yo, I seen this type of woman, this situation. You need to get out of this situation. You know what I mean? Need to get out of this situation. Like a goofy, still stayed around. You know what I mean? We said we was trying to make it work for the kids. You know what I mean? Trying to make it work for the kids. But it just wasn't working out. You know what I mean? Trying to make it work. And she ended up getting pregnant by another guy. Now, how that situation happened was that I was at the hospital. She had a sickle cell trait. So she ended up, I'm thinking it's that. We go in there and the doctor comes in and says, yeah, so you lost the baby. And I was just like, hey, yo, what? You lost the baby? And I'm like, oh, I know that's not mine. And so I lost the baby and I'm like, okay, so she was pregnant at that time. And this was just like, what was going on? You know what I mean? Within the relationship.
That was rough.
All these situations are happening. And I get to the point where I'm at, 2004. I get a phone call and she's this guy, that she wants to be with. And I was just like, okay, yeah, y'all need to be together. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. And I just felt like at that point it needs to be a reset button. Just because I looked at my parents and how beautiful their relationship was, and how this relationship was not being that at all, and how what I thought marriage would be wasn't that at all. And then even just the navigation of this industry as well and what was going on. And I just wanted to hit an off button at that point, and I felt like that was the answer.
Right.
At the Sun Hotel in Canada, on the other side of a balcony, I tell people, you know, I heard something tell me, hey, yo, Kel, get into a room, lock the door, and get off this balcony. I know that was God now. But at that time, I said it was a person, but I know it was God that told me to do that. She ended.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. This is crazy. Every time I do a story or see something or a video, I always think that it can't get no worse than this. Like literally, I didn't think that it could be, I didn't think that there could be a bigger simp than academics and Steve Harvey and Russell Wilson. Who else do we call a simp? I mean, to a certain degree, you can throw in like the basketball players, you know, all of these who have been caught tricking and messing with porn stars and older women. And I mean, it's so many different stories. We didn't heard Adam 22. You know, we done heard so many simp and just beta and just, you know, all of the words that we use, blue pill, you know, if you know part of the red pill or the manosphere, or you in that part of YouTube, you know all of these words that I'm using. If you not, basically, I mean, everybody, simp has become such a popular word that most of us knows what that word means, but and knows what blue pill mean. But if you don't, it's basically a lower value man, a man who lets a woman dominate him, who has no backbone, who in a relationship and getting cheated on, a man who lets a woman, you know, run over him, treat him like shit, you know, or put a woman on a pedestal, treat, you know, women like they the best thing in the world, the worst women at that. Not even the good women, you know, like all of the bad things when it comes to a man who, like, you know, strung out, you know, in love with a woman to where it's a detriment. People who put pussy over everything, you know, all of them type of men is basically, basically what I'm talking about. If you don't know all of these code words for these type of men, cuck, most of us know what a cuck is, you know, a man who lets somebody else sleep with his wife. You know, so that's basically what we're talking about. So I couldn't believe this story. First off, let me start off. Who cares what he think? Who cares about being nice? Yeah, I'm ruthless and don't care about people's feelings. But you know, Kel seems like he a good dude. If you don't know who he is, he was on that show with Keenan and Kel that used to come on Nickelodeon. If you my age and maybe a little bit older and a little bit younger, you remember that when Nickelodeon was popping and had all that, and Keenan and Kel and a couple other shows. I can't remember, but it was that Keenan and Kel was definitely popular when I was growing up. Then he was in that movie Good Burger. I know they made a part 2 a couple years ago also that had him and Keenan and Kel in it. They was working at a fast food, like a hamburger spot or whatever. So that's all he really known for, because Keenan is on Saturday, or what, I don't know if he still is on Saturday Night Live. You know, he kind of became the bigger out the two. And I've seen him in the Chucky series that I'll be watching. Keenan was in the episode of that. But Kel kind of haven't done much since Keenan and Kel, and since Good Burger, the movie. I haven't seen him in a lot of things like that. But anyway, that's who he is. If you don't know who he is, he's basically an actor that was on Nickelodeon back in the day. And then he was in the movie also. So he's a cool dude. I like him a lot. It's just crazy to me, all of the stuff that didn't happen. You know, to him, I didn't even know about this. You know, I'm not surprised that he married or whatever, but I am surprised about this news. Like, this is just crazy to me. And it's crazy to me that men with money and fame who can obviously get other women still settles and let this happen. Like, this is crazy to me. Like y'all got options that most regular people don't have, and y'all settle for the most bullshit. Like, there's regular men like myself, like, ain't no way in hell I'm about to let this fly. Like, I'm somebody who not even trying to take no girl back who cheated on me. Like, like, I'm not even playing that. I'm not gonna say I never talked to a girl after she cheated on me, but it usually never worked. Like, because I never let it go. So it never ends up working. And for the most part, it's done right then and there. And ain't no way. And then especially if she get pregnant by another dude, like we talking about now, it ain't no way in hell I'm putting up with this. So it's just crazy to me, that somebody with a little bit of fame and money, obviously not that big, but then we got people like Will Smith. Will Smith is another name I forgot about, who let his wife cheated on him and then still stood by her when you can have all of the women in the world. Like, it's just crazy to me. And then he gave the same reason, talking about he watched his parents get married and he wanted to, keep that happy home. But that's not the same as your parents. If your mama wasn't out here getting pregnant by other dudes on your dad, it's not the same. Like, you can't compare your relationship to other people's relationship when it's not the same and y'all not the same people. Like, that's crazy. And then this goes to the saying of which he should have known, is that to me, like the saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. I believe in that saying. I'm sorry, like, I do. Yes, there are people who might have only cheated once in the rare occasion, but 9 times out of 10, like I said, dealing with the majority of people, if they cheated once, they gonna cheat again. And you accepting them thinking that they gonna change, that never works. It's messed up how humans and how people is. But once you forgive somebody, most of the time they gonna cheat on you again because they realize that you don't have no backbone. And they're like, well, you ain't leave me this time, you ain't gonna leave me the next time. So it just keep on happening. Like, people don't respect you. I'm sorry, when you forgive them, they don't respect you. So it get to a point to where you kind of you have to leave them, even if you don't want to, just to show them that you will leave. So that's how I really look at it. He was done for Stan, but this story all around is just terrible. I mean, it's like, I don't even know where to really start with this. So first he said that she cheated and had an abortion, and then she told him herself that the kid wasn't his. You should have left right then. Like, she had the balls to tell you that she cheated on you. So obviously she didn't respect him at all. Like, she literally didn't have no respect for him. Literally. And that's why she was able to tell him, and that's why she was cheating like that. Like, it sounds like another case like the video that I made about sexless marriage, because he also said that they stopped having sex. And I try to tell you that this is what happens when you with a woman who she only with you for your resources. She probably was just with him because he had money. He was on TV and in some movies, so he had a little bit of movie. Then he said he was still acting, so he probably had been in acting gigs. They just wasn't that popular or that big, but he still was probably in some TV shows or played a little small part in movies. So he had a nice little income. I'm pretty for sure. And then he had a little bit of fame. A lot of people know who he is, especially like I said, if you my age and younger. So she probably was with him just for that benefits and stuff. And then as you see, he seemed like, he the soft type that gave her whatever she wanted, bought her whatever she wanted and stuff like that. So I could see her just being with him for the benefit, but she probably wasn't attracted to him or liked him like that. Probably wasn't his type. And that's why the classic video that I made about sexless marriage is that you have to peep this. She probably would just with him for convenience because they had kids. And if I was him, I would have got all my kids DNA tested because ain't no telling how long she was cheating on you. She probably was cheating on you even before you got married. Like, this don't happen out the blue. But she probably was just with him for the benefits, but was cheating on him with men who she is attracted to. Because one of the dudes, she said, was driving his car, and he had went to his car that she was driving that was his. Like, it's just bad situations. Like, these videos is reasons why men don't want to get married, that women have to realize, like, y'all be trying to act like y'all are angels and only men cheat. Like, y'all cheat too. And then, like I said, then like most men say, when women cheat, it's even worse because it's kids involved. Y'all get pregnant and don't know who the child father is. So it's even worse than just y'all cheating, because a man could just cheat And you know, he not gonna carry the baby. He could get another girl pregnant, but it's not the same as confusion of whose the child is, and then you got a man believing that the kid is his when it's not his kid. Like, this is crazy to me that he stayed with her, and she did this multiple times, and then she had another kid, didn't tell him about it, lost the kid, and he had to put two and two together that it's not his. Like, I'm glad he did eventually get out the situation, but man, we got to be better. We got to stop taking bullshit from women. That's what I really want to make this video and say, like, y'all can't have this much of low self-esteem, like want to make y'all marriages work this much, because he ain't the only one. There's probably some other men dealing with this right now. And you need to, get out the situation, like, because they gonna keep on cheating. And I even would tell women, if y'all watching this, like, if a man cheats on you, especially twice, like if you forgive him once, maybe, but like if you call him at least two times, it's gonna keep on happening. You gotta lead a relationship. You can't believe what he say, all of that crying and oh, forgive me. Like, no, you gotta actions always speak louder than words. You always gotta remember that. Um, so yeah, I mean, this is just this is one of the worst stories that I done heard in my life, especially with somebody who has a little bit of status. Like, should no man be taking this? Like, this is just crazy to me. She obviously didn't have no respect for him at all. Like, literally no respect for him. I wanted to see also if we could pull up who his ex-wife is, because a lot of people was looking like, I need to see what she looked like and all of that. So hold on real quick. Okay, so this is his ex-wife, right here, as you can see her. I mean, she looks straight, she looked decent. Yeah, I mean, she not bad looking. Yeah, I mean, she cute. Well, I guess this is her. No. Oh my gosh, she was on Tasha K, chatty patty ass. Tasha K always got to be on some messy shit. He slept with Nick Cannon, beat me, and stole millions. What? This is what I be talking about. Women can't never take accountability. It always gotta be a reason behind a bullshit. So it said she slept with Nick Cannon. I never heard of that, or nobody ever heard of Nick Cannon being gay. So, Nick Cannon and all the women and kids, but that still don't mean he can't be gay. But I haven't heard about nothing about Nick Cannon being on the down low, or nobody has came out saying nothing about Nick Cannon dealing with men. From what I know, I can check. So that seemed crazy. He beat me. Women always claim they getting hit, but if what she did is true, she deserved to get her ass beat. If he did stay with her, I'm sorry. You should leave, and I would have left her ass. But if my wife, if you out here getting pregnant by other men and doing that, if there was ever a time to put your hands on a woman, this is the situation. And stole millions. How did he steal millions if he was the one with money? Like, what? Am I missing something? Who are you that you had millions? Like, what you mean by that? Um, yeah, that's her. Yeah, you could tell she for the streets. She got that look for sure. Um, so I guess this is his new wife. Yeah, this is his new wife. So he divorced and got married again. I don't know why you would want to get married after that. Um, but some people are just like that. And then he got two kids with her, and then he got two kids with his other wife. Um, I mean, his other wife do look better. Was a little bit smaller, but this is why they say that looks doesn't always matter. Well, I guess this her. So maybe she had a baby. So maybe that's her being pregnant and Gavin. Okay, my bad. So this is her probably right after having a baby or pregnant. Because in these other pictures, she's skinny. She look good. So yeah, she's cute too. She's straight looking. So he got good taste, but I just hope that, I just hope that she treating him better than the first wife did. That's real crazy right there. Um, so yeah, of course I ain't even gonna watch this video because like I said, maybe there is a little bit of truth to what she said, but like I said, it ain't what, then it's truth to what he said. So I mean, like I said, the Nick Cannon stuff, that sound like BS. And like I said, if he put his hands on her, I mean, that is what it is, considering what you did. And I don't understand how you could have stole millions, but um, yeah, he's 45 now, Virgo. And then what else did I want to check? So now they got married now. So he got married young too. He was 21 when he married his first wife. So she probably was around his same age too. So you know how that can be when you young. What was I about to look up? Oh, uh, trying to see where Nick Cannon said what he had said something about this. And then it's he'll have always had a relationship. Later, recent bringing on all that. You and Keenan gave me the opportunity to write episodes and stuff. Cannon said I was the audience warm up. Just like Chad at 16, I would drive up to Kale. So him and Nick Cannon and Kale is best friends. Well, good friends since they was teenagers, because I guess Nick Cannon was on Nickelodeon also. Me and your friend. So it's not telling me what he really said, but I'm guessing, of course, he denied it. Uh, okay, so it said that they didn't sleep together. It said that he dressed up in a cheerleader skirt. I came home, Nick Cannon wearing a full cheerleading uniform, including the briefs, said his ex-wife. Yeah, and that's both of them together. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know about that. Like I said, I can't speak on it. She looked crazy though. She looked like one of them fine, she even looked different than she used to look, but she looked like one of them fine, crazy women that you gotta worry about. So I don't know if it's some truth to this, to what she's saying about him, but regardless, if the truth about what's said about her is true, like nothing you really says matters. So, you definitely for the streets all the way. So, and then of course she gonna say this once he said all of this stuff about her. So, obviously they had a bitter divorce and a bitter breakup, which expected when all of this happened. They should have never been married in the first place. It was just all around bad. But this Kel, you got to take some responsibility for this because you should have left her the first time she cheated on you and to get pregnant by somebody else as a man. Ain't no way you should take that. Like, forget all of that. And then she cheated on you again. You caught her with a dude, and then you took her back after that. So, that's, Kel, he looked bad in himself for telling the story. And that's what some people were saying in the comments. I wouldn't even have told nobody this story for real. Like, like there's some stuff I wouldn't even want to tell nobody. Like, that's crazy. Um, but yeah, that's that. I'm just gonna end it by saying, like I said about the sexless mirrors video, and this is what goes on. And like I said in that video, is that if you in a sexless marriage, don't think that just she not having sex or he not having sex. Whoever the party who's not making the sex happen, or if y'all not having it, either one or probably both of y'all is cheating or is talking to other people. Like once the sex stop, the relationship stop. That's just how I look at it. So, yeah, this is a crazy all around story. But we definitely can learn from here. Like I said, the keys and the takeaways from this is that one, 9 times out of 10, once a cheater, always a cheater. So you catch somebody cheating, I would leave them the first time, but for sure the second time, like you catch them twice, it's gonna keep on happening. So you should leave them then. Two, if you in a sexless marriage or y'all stop having sex, y'all need to 9 times out of 10 end a relationship, unless, like I said in the video, that if y'all old in y'all 70s or something, or maybe if y'all just had a kid and the kid is like a newborn and y'all busy, she busy with the baby, you at work, the dynamics not lining up, but it don't have nothing to do with y'all, not being attracted or liking each other. Yeah, you need to get out that relationship. And then three, men, we always talk about women having low self-esteem and all of this, but we suffer from a lot of low self-esteem because ain't no way you value yourself and love yourself and you dealing and taking this, regardless of nothing. And then four, you can't look at nobody else relationship and compare it to yours, your parents, siblings. Just because their relationship work don't mean that yours is going to be the same and that you should force yours to work if it's not working. Five, this is why men is not getting married. Like this is why relationships and marriages on the decline. Like the trust is just shattered. And this happened back in the day. Like he was with her up until 2005. So this was happening in the early 2000s. That ain't even today's time when stuff is worse. And that goes to show that a lot of people, a lot of marriages, and this is what I went to learning, that's sad, is that a lot of people who've been together for 20, 40, 50 years, yeah, they've been together, but you don't know what they done been through. A lot of them been abused. Like the man might have put his hands on the woman and the woman stayed, or the woman or the man cheated and they dealt with it. Like a lot of long-lasting relationships then dealt with a lot of bullshit. They just stayed together through it. So you got to think through that. And and it's sad because this makes it hard for marriages, because the key should be to have marriage in a two-parent household, especially if you want kids. Like he said, he tried to make it work for the kids, and that's how it gets a lot of people, because it is better for the kids to be in a two-parent household, but it's just like not when you suffering like this and it's gonna ultimately end. Like, both people gotta care about the two-parent household, both people gotta make it work. And it's sad, it's seeming like this is the norm, that if you grew up in a two-parent household and your parents was happily married, like you should really be thankful for that, because it's really rare, especially as time going along now. So yeah, I mean, Kel, I ain't gonna try to beat you up too much because you probably already know yourself. Like, you the simp of the year. Like, this one of the worst stories that I didn't heard. I'm glad that you did get out of it and you didn't got remarried, and hopefully your wife, you know, is treating you well and all of them things, and you ain't going through this like, you know, before, but this is just a bad story. If you a man going through this, get out of it now. Like, because it ain't gonna get no better. If a woman cheating on you like this, she don't respect you. Like, and then she was doing it to these dudes raw, and you a married woman, like, this is just all, this is crazy. This is all around crazy. But that said, I ain't gonna make this video too long. Like, men, we got to do better. Women, you know, like this would be seen. It's a lot of Jezebels, a lot of hoes, 304s. You know, this is why we call y'all hoes. And this is why a lot of men do bash women. Look at some of the women that's out here like this. And that's it. I'm out.